Mirror Business FM, the morning drive, and it's Tuesday morning. Therefore, it's time to welcome back Ajay Menon, CEO of Luxe Vista Real Estate.
Good morning, Tim.
It's a pleasure to see you. It always is. We're going to take a deep dive into Meydan as an investment hotspot. Get your thoughts on why you think Meydan is, one of the ways forward, if you like, in real estate terms. But I wanted to talk to you about a little bit of property news first. There's a few stories I thought were interesting, worth bringing into this. One of them is that I need to get this exactly right because there's some science in this and some technical thinking. But Dubai is to allow resale of property stakes. So we're kind of moving closer to integrating digital assets into the property market. So tokenisation, AJ. And I know this is something that you are aware of. It's the DLD, the Dubai Land Department, announcing the launch of phase 2 of its real estate tokenisation project. And the new phase is going to enable resale activity in the secondary market. Starts on the 20th of February. And it marks a shift from pilot testing to operational execution. The background, as it follows the pilot stage, launched March, I think it was, last year, under the REIS, the Real Estate Innovation Initiative. So that focused on testing the regulatory, the legislative, and the technical foundations that you need to tokenize real estate assets directly on title deeds. So in theory, fractional ownership. So you could invest far smaller amounts of money rather than the big down payment and the mortgage, or spending a whack, if you like, on an apartment or a villa. That's the thinking. What do you think?
See, definitely, because the original idea of real estate was actually to put everything in order. That's the whole reason behind the thing.
That's fair.
And every transaction now done is recorded in blockchain.
Yes.
So you can never go back in time and alter the records.
Yes.
So that gives everybody transparency, and it gives you that reassurance. The whole digitalization, the whole blockchain-based thing, that is the initial concept. Then people came up with this tokenization or fractional selling of real estate.
Yeah.
Not everybody can invest into the big properties.
Yeah.
Though that definitely beats everything else what is in the picture. If you can, you must be definitely investing in physical assets. But this is basically for people who wants to invest and who doesn't have that kind of money to invest, just to get a flavor of real estate investing. And in case they start making money, they can get into the full picture. And it also, if you give your children something to start off.
Yeah, okay.
Right? So they also get the hang of the real estate. They can learn when they're doing this trade. They may or may not make extremely big money. Not realistically, because obviously you're buying small tokens and shares of property. Some unanswered questions, basically, when do they sell and how much profits can they realize? So if that property is for rental, is that included in the when you share, when you sell your shares, is that profit coming into that picture? If they sell that property at a premium, how does that reflect into your own profits when you are sharing that shares? If you keep it for the full term, then probably you might realize. But if you sell it in between, say you buy it now, you sell it after 4 months, 5 months, where is the gain? That remains a question mark to be answered.
It does. I mean, it's a bolt-on really at the moment, isn't it? It's a digital bolt-on. And I guess, whatever, I may think, there is an appeal for some people. If you could put, I don't know, I don't know what the entry level is, if there's a barrier to entry, where that is. But if you could put 1,000 dirhams or 2,000 dirhams, or you had 5,000 dirhams spare that you thought I could fractionally own a house in, a development that I like. It's something you can think about. It is a way of kind of dipping your toe in the water, isn't it?
Actually, yes. And to give you that answer, Pripco is something which is owned by the daughter of Damak. You can enter at a level of 500 dirhams per share. Low as 500 dirhams.
Right,
so anybody can actually get into it.
Yeah.
So it's again, it gives you that feel into the real estate whole thing. So people start getting associated with real estate terms right from the beginning. So they start understanding the developers, they start understanding the areas. So it's for everybody to be, the whole real estate is a very big, important part in entire Dubai economy. And obviously, the government wants everybody to understand, everybody to invest in this place, not just the residents, even the international investors.
It's true, and it's also. I mean, there are other implications of this. It's part of it's part of a portfolio, and physical real estate becomes part of a. You'd allocate certain assets to that. Becomes part of a whole, doesn't it? A portfolio whole. And tokenisation is just another part of that asset allocation, part of that portfolio. So it offers you an opportunity in a different way. The thing about this that I think is important to get across is, unlike the kind of the cooperative kind of way of let's all buy a house together and we'll all share it and there'll be no problem, and hold on a minute, maybe down the road there might be. That's tricky. But tokenisation allows real estate assets to be divided into tokens, kind of shares, really, more than anything. And then you can buy those, you can sell them, you can transfer them, but everything is approved and it's subject to regulation. So there's an element of that we don't know where this is going to go, but the regulatory approval control is there.
Definitely. See, why do people invest in shares generally? Because I want to start a business, I don't have the money and I don't have the expertise.
Exactly.
So I want somebody who's running the show, who knows the business, who has the money to do it capably, and I want to benefit a little bit of profit from their expertise.
Yes.
And this is the same concept they're applying it to real estate. Yeah. There are developers who knows the business. There are people who knows how to operate it. I'm just a passive investor out there and getting whatever I can with whatever I have to invest.
Yeah, it's an interesting story. It's something that I guess is going to come up again and again and again. But there's some joined up thinking. The project's linked to the Dubai Urban Plan 2040, which is quality of life, smart growth, efficient land use, and it's an ongoing project as well. I do think it's an interesting news story that we're seeing. A couple of other things I wanted to bring up with you, and it's funny because I mentioned this to you just now, and AJ does as AJ does, and I'm like, "Did you hear about this?" And then he regurgitates the whole story with no notes. I think you may be a human computer, and I mean that politely. But this is Palm Jebel Ali, Nad Al Sheba, 14,000 new homes. It's a very, very big deal. 38 billion dirhams, and this is Al Dar with Dubai Holdings. So it's an expansion in the joint venture. It's 2 land plots. It's the next phase of a partnership that was launched about 2.5-3 years ago that sold out. Al Dar's first Dubai residential community, but great big family-focused community, and you know all the rest.
Thank you for the kind words. See, there is no separation as Al Dar. There is no separation as Dubai Holding. They are all, end of the day, government owned, of course, but profit-making ventures. And real estate is the biggest, one of the biggest money-making ventures in all of UAE.
Yeah, for sure.
And wherever they can join hands, they are going to create value for themselves and for the investors who's investing with them, and for the regular people who would want to live in these communities. So it's a win-win for everybody.
Well, it is, and it's also interesting because it's a family community. It's on the Eastern Growth Corridor, which is opposite Nad Al Sheba, right? So apartments, townhouses, villas, beginning to launch this year, so later in the year. The second thing is a luxury and other waterfront development on Palm Jebel Ali. Huge success.
Palm Jebel Ali is the mother of all investments in all of Dubai.
Okay, I thought you'd be positive about that. But branded, non-branded homes, direct beach access, sales for that start, I think, next year, so 2027. But you've got to, I look at that as a real estate novice, and my first thought is, that's a no-brainer.
There's one more thing. Many people think that, Dubai has achieved a peak. There's no more real estate. Dubai is just warmed up. You have a lot of growth coming in for the next 15, 20 years and onwards. Because what we've explored is just the tip of the iceberg.
Well, if this is just the tip of the iceberg, how big is the tip of said iceberg? It's really...
Let me give you an example.
Go on.
Only downtown.
Uh-huh.
When did downtown start? Somewhere in 2012, 2014, in that period? Or somewhere there?
Yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah, that seems right.
It's 2026. The last buildings are still being constructed there. So basically, you're talking about 10, 12 years only in one particular location.
This is true. And downtown is an accepted, it's downtown.
And it's only 2 square kilometers.
Yeah, true.
So, and now there is going to be Dubai Creek Harbour, which itself is 6.75 square kilometers. Expo City is 3.5 square kilometers. Your Palm Jebel Ali is much more. How long do you think the construction is going to take place in that? How many years? Even the original Palm Jebel Ali, Palm Jumeirah, took many years to mature. It is about 10 to 15 years.
Yeah, true.
Right? So imagine this is 2026. We are game just in Palm Jebel Ali till 2041. Only if you look at Palm Jebel Ali.
This is true. Okay, it's lifetimes. It's a lifetime's work, isn't it? Yeah, no, that's fair. And in fact, it's many lifetimes' work. Building up a nation, I suppose. It's all part of that idea. That was the second story I wanted to bring up with you today. And I guess related in some ways, because it's, the development, but in a slightly different way. But this is in Ras Al Khaimah. And it's just, there are a few facts and figures about this that I just think it's interesting. 548-metre bridge, big construction project, important project. It links Win Al Marjan Island to the main road network. So that's the E311 and the 611. Near 50% completion, so major milestone, because the resort opens, spring?
2027?
Spring next year, isn't it? Yeah, that's the planned opening. So it's now, it's that little bit closer to being connected.
And that's just one part of the resort. What we hear is there's one more casino built next door, which apparently is supposed to be Janu, which is a subsidiary of Aman Hotels, but operated by Win itself.
Okay.
So it's not just one casino operating, it's going to be 2 there.
And Aman, as I've learned this morning, because I have to plead ignorance on these things, you've shown me a couple of websites. What was it? Aman Pulo in the Philippines and Aman Kila
in Bali.
In Bali. Very, very nice, very exclusive resorts. Beautiful looking places.
You'll see the first Janu in DIFC pretty soon.
Right, okay. So that's coming. I just think it's interesting to talk about. And I think, construction across the wider Al Marjan Island resort is progressing. So we're starting to see that. The signature tower is 299 metres up to the 71st floor. So, these things are ongoing. It's just I think it's interesting to chart the progress because when this opens, this is a change.
It's a game-changing effect.
It really
is.
See,
and even for the Wynn Resorts itself, this is the first Wynn casino on an island. It's a resort. So it's a casino combined with a resort. So you can have normally casinos. The biggest target of footfall comes from individual men, business travelers.
Right.
Meetings, those kind of people.
Yeah.
But this is going to be a place where the families can come. So they can go to the casino if they want, and the family can actually be in the resort in the beach. So your target clientele has just been expanded a little bit more.
Yeah, so it has. Okay, it's fascinating. It's going to be fascinating to see how that happens and how that works. Those are the 3 news stories I wanted to bring up with you, AJ. And now Meydan. Tell me everything we need to know.
Yes, and I really wanted to bring Meydan as a subject here because it's there for the people who know.
Yeah.
But for many people, they don't know. Everybody in the world and their mothers know about downtown, about Dubai Marina, Palm Jumeirah, and even JVC for that matter.
Yep.
Everybody knows it. But if you ask the Emiratis, which area do you think is the most premium area in all of Dubai? Those other places that I mentioned, these are all sub-communities. They're a part of a cluster, of a development. This is a neighborhood we're talking about. As neighborhood, it's MBR city. Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum city, MBR city. If the ruler is giving his personal name to an area, that is the most premium area in all of Dubai.
It offers some extra exclusivity. Yeah, that's probably true.
Right?
Yeah, so that's significant.
It is important.
Okay.
And initially, what was Meydan? It used to be known by the race course back in the days.
That's what I know Meydan is, yeah.
But you should also equate it as Meydan is equal to royalty. That's where Sheikh Hamdan's palace exists at this moment.
Okay.
Then you have premium areas like Nadar Shiva Gardens, Nadar Shiva Phase 1. District 1, District 1 East, West, District 11, District 7, all those districts, they all broadly fall into this NBR city.
Do you know what? It's interesting you say that, District 1, District... I always think when people label something as district with a number, there's an exclusivity to that as well, or is that just me?
No, it's always like this.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought that was me. Apart from that sci-fi movie set in South Africa, District, whatever it was called, that was a bit different. But it's just that pithy District so-and-so. That's got something.
And then number 1 is always number 1.
It's very true.
One of the best buildings in Palm is One Palm.
Yeah, it's very true. Okay, so you potentially have, if you're looking at Meydan, this is your heading, top-class neighbours. That's reasonable to state.
Definitely. See, why should you invest in Meydan? There's a lot of things going for Meydan, basically. One is definitely the proximity to the central business district.
Yes.
By central business district, I mean DIFC, Business Bay, and downtown. So pretty much 40% of all Dubai work there. Dubai might be moving towards south. Yes, Expo City is going to be another economic hub, but you're just not going to remove this 40% crowd from this place.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah, okay. So that's one reason.
That's one reason. Then the second reason is, again, top-class neighbors. I mean, even if you're getting into an apartment, your neighbors are people with villas. We're talking about very prominent businessmen, Emirati businessmen like Mr. Muhammad Al-Abbar.
Okay.
He could live anywhere in Dubai if he chooses to. He lives in Nanda Shiva.
Okay.
Right? And there are many other prominent Emirati businessmen living there. So plus all the districts, the villas out there, most of them are villa communities. The minimum investment ticket size you're talking about is 8, 10, 15, 20 million. Yeah. So this is your neighborhood. What is good is basically, even if you're getting into an apartment, that median price range, median rental is always high. So you can expect higher ROI there.
Yeah, okay. Well, that makes sense. Okay, I'm with you on that. And I always think of Nada Sheba as quite a, I don't know if this is even the right, but it's almost kind of gentrified, countrified. It always has that feel. You know, there are paddocks there, yeah. there are stables. Obviously, it's different.
See, you can compare 3 places to invest.
Right.
One would be Jumeirah Garden City. The other would be Dubai Design District. And the next one is Meydan. Dubai Design District is by Miras, and even the Select Group has brought something there. You're talking about the entry prices are quite high.
Right.
The actual comparables are now between Jumeirah Garden City and Meydan area. Jumeirah Garden City, location is much more premium. It's just bang opposite DIFC and close to the sea. But the prices are quite high for average buildings. There's nothing stand out at the moment yet. If you come to Meydan, your entry prices are much lower.
Okay.
You can get a 1-bedroom for 1.2 million and a 2-bedroom for under 2 million. It's a steal.
Okay. That's interesting. You've just blown that wide open, haven't you?
Yes, exactly. And then if you look at Jumeirah Garden City, the 1-bedrooms are now at 2 million dirhams.
Right.
And here's an 800,000 advantage in Meydan.
Okay. And potentially higher ROI, I suppose, as well, on top of that.
Definitely. So the lower your entry cost, definitely you're going to make more money on either you want to rent, you want to, capital appreciation. There's a lot of potential there. So that's an area that people should be considering.
It's also historically an area where there have been schools, haven't there? Definitely. So I know that originally Latifa and Rashid, the 2 schools were there. I think they're being rebuilt at the moment, but I know that there are some quite high-end schools near there.
Not just schools. If you look at the whole infrastructure.
Okay.
So you have the Nala Sheba Mall, which is Avenue Mall, which is a really a good one. And the upcoming Heartland Mall by Shoba, which is going to be another, very fancy mall coming up there. As far as schools are concerned, there is a French one. I'm not even trying to pronounce because I don't want to fracture my tongue. And there's a Kent College, which is actually an international school.
A lycée français or something like that?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And then there's a Kent College.
Yeah.
So you already have 2 schools. Plus you have, you're closer to that North London Collegiate, which is in the Heartland area.
Right, okay.
So that's there. And then there's hospitals, of course. There's a lot of hospitals in and around that region.
Okay, so existing infrastructure is good. There is the cycle track there as well in Nad El Sheba. So there's already some provision for, what's the word, wellness?
It's wellness and integrated living. I mean, and it's not just a cycle track. There is that WellFit, one of the biggest WellFit, the gymnasiums, it's out there.
Okay.
And it's actually being frequented by a lot of people.
Okay, so a much easier entry point, wellness and fitness oriented, existing infrastructure.
And one of the most important point
Neighbours?
is basically, the neighbors are fantastic. And another thing is basically, by design, you can only have G+5 floors out there. Very low-rise buildings.
Okay.
Because of the privacy issue, because you're neighbors to the palace of the sheikh.
Okay.
So you cannot go above a certain height. So it's mostly G+5 levels.
Right.
That actually adds more value to you as an investor or as a resident. Why? Because if it's a G+5, there's only so many units you can have in that building. And if you have less units, number one, your amenities are shared by only those many people.
Yeah, okay.
So every building will have a certain set of amenities.
So it's kind of built-in exclusivity almost.
Exactly.
Okay.
And again, when you're trying to rent it out or when you're trying to resell it, the competition is minimal. There will be, say, probably around 10 units of one bedroom, maybe 5 units of 2 bedrooms, or 10 units of 2 bedrooms for that matter. So the configuration of individual units is quite less. So you're not competing with your other neighbor who's trying to either sell or to rent.
Okay, and the other side to that as well, if it's, excuse me, low rise, so G+5, that means potentially more spread out. So I would guess if wellness is in the background, there's going to be some more green space. It's going to look a bit nicer, isn't it?
Definitely. See, that's the point, because it gives you a little bit more expansive look to it. You're looking at the villas are your neighborhood, more green areas. If you just compare between, again, Jumeirah Garden City and this, Jumeirah Garden City gives you that city feel. I mean, you're living in the middle of the city.
Yeah.
It's busy.
Yeah.
It's buildings.
So that's Satwar, isn't it?
Yes.
Garden City, really. I lived there many years ago.
Some people love it. I mean, a city walk is a big hit. Everybody loves it. Again, it's city walk. Jumeirah Garden City can become like city walk.
Yeah.
But if you look at now Jumeirah, the thing, if there are some people now who wants to live in the suburbs, slightly, this is not even a suburb, but you're still getting that suburb feeling in Meydan.
You get that feel, but also in sort of density terms, this is going to be a different experience. Correct. This is not towers with cars parked everywhere. This is it's the only word is open, I think.
See, and definitely with the expansion of DIFC, you will get a lot of white-collar people who wants to live within, close to that area. So you will have a lot of tenants, and they are getting it in Meydan at a fraction of a cost when you compare to the neighbors out there.
Okay, so you're once again a real proponent of the ideas you put forward, Ajay. It's a buy signal from you, isn't it?
Definitely.
I love it. So this is Meydan, a slightly deeper dive on Meydan. Proximity to downtown, top-class neighbours, existing infrastructure, wellness and fitness oriented, a much easier entry point, and open space and low rise.
Correct.
Those are the headings. Ajay Menon is the CEO of Luxe Vista Real Estate. Always a welcome guest. Great to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming in. It's Mirror Business FM. It's the morning drive. Just a reminder that we have a new show here, and it's doing really well. It's #1 on the Apple Podcast chart at the moment, which is a nice thing to see. It's called Crossroads. Just started here at Mirror Business FM. It's a collaboration with Middlesex University. Dr. David Tully, Dima Magalse from Middlesex, and it's a show about the business of media, entertainment. New guests every week, Fridays 1 to 2 p.m. live, and